This is not clickbait. Diddy will be getting out a lot earlier. If he doesn't get out by the end of 2025, he will be getting out around March, maybe May. Now, this is my reasoning behind everything. Here are 4 things that we have to keep in mind that are going to lighten the sentence. Now, the prosecution, before we even get into those 4 reasons why I think Diddy will be out of jail a lot sooner than later, the prosecution is asking for 4.5, 5 years. A lot of people out there are like, oh no, the maximum is 10 years for each count and he has 2 of them, so that's 20 years. But that's not the way it works. And we're going to get more into that with my 4 points. But the prosecution themselves are asking for 4.5 to 5 years. So that right there tells you that he's going to get a lighter sentence than that. The RICO charges were the strongest. He got off on those. Now, with the Mann Act charges, those are always depending on the person's behavior, character, past, stuff of this nature. So they're asking for 4.5, 5 years, and he's already been in September for a year. And then, of course, that's going to be credited to his time already served. But then a lot of the times prisoners get out on parole, right? They get out on good behavior. So already that means that he will get out early, even if the prosecutors get their way, which they won't, because this is the thing. They're asking for too much time for someone that has no history of charges. So now let's look at the defense. The defense is asking for 21 months, under 2 years. Now, 21 to 24 months. So let's do the math, all right? So September will be 12 months. So if we get to 12, then we have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So if he's not out by the end of 2025, then he definitely will be out by May. Now, we have to factor in the fact that he may get parole. And if he gets parole, he could be on parole for a good year, right? Sometimes people are on parole for a couple of years. You know that if you know the system. So it could be that he gets out by the end of 2025. So he does like 15 months, October 3rd is his sentencing. So he may do like 15 months. He may do 14 months, and he may get released by Christmas. Now, there are a lot of other factors around this case. Let's get into that right now. Number 1 factor is, again, time already served. Another factor is good behavior. Now, Diddy has been a role model prisoner. There hasn't really been a lot that we have heard, and you know that we would hear it in the media. At first, when he got into prison, he refused to eat. But that's not being a bad prisoner. That's just being a little careful of what you're going to eat. I mean, listen, there is one case that I heard on another podcast where a woman prisoner had her skin eaten by cockroaches. Come on now. I live in the Dominican Republic and we have flying cockroaches, literally cockroaches like the size of my finger, and they have wings. They're not very good flyers, but they still fly. They don't even eat your skin. So they got some vicious cockroaches in that prison there, in that jail. I don't know what they're feeding those cockroaches, but I'll tell you something. When there is an infestation of cockroaches like that, I don't know what prisoner would be able to have a good personality or even a good appetite. So he got in there after being a billionaire for so many years, and that was probably very traumatizing. And I think that's the worst that I heard about his behavior, him not wanting to eat. But we haven't heard that afterwards. And it's not like he's getting special treatment. So he has hunkered down, humbled himself, and he's been a prisoner that is more like a role model, especially for a guy that had it all and went to nothing. in a prison cell. Okay, so good behavior is another thing that's going to work for him. And I have to say, that's pretty awesome on him, right? Because, there's a lot of A-listers out there. They're not going to behave that good. Come on now. Then the other thing, the third thing, because we already named time served, good behavior, therapy. Diddy is going for therapy for abuse, and also he's going for therapy for anger. Now, I do believe that he does need to definitely do that. And the reason why I think that he needs to do that is connected to the fourth point. He's going to rehab as well. Now, rehab is a very serious thing. I don't know one person that is on substances and their personality remains the same. Some people, they end up falling asleep and they wake up moody. Some people, they're wired and they're awake day after day. And this was Diddy, apparently. Diddy was always taking substances and he was awake constantly. You guys know what was said about him, that he was always awake and he was up for days and he was always working and he was like a workhorse, to the point where even some of his employees felt that they would also have to be working just as long as he did to impress him and also to gain favor from him. So yeah, any person that stays awake for that many hours, there's going to be an issue, guys. The human body needs sleep to operate and to behave properly. So not only was he getting no sleep and working on very little rest, he was also taking substances. So the substances, they will destroy a person's character. Lack of sleep will destroy a person's character. And this type of actions, this type of lifestyle will contribute to being angry and unpredictable. So those are two things that are really going to work in his favor. Going to therapy for anger management, also going to rehab for addictions. I'll tell you this much. I come from the hood in downtown Toronto, Canada, where I'm from. And I know a lot of people that were crack addicts and alcoholics and stuff of this nature. People in my family, like my aunts, my uncles, stuff like that. I come from a very large family. And just like friends that I grew up with in the hood as well. And a lot of people that I see who are A-listers in Hollywood, when they get addicted to a substance, they know it and they feel it and their life changes. And when they put themselves into a treatment center for let's say 30 days, a month, sometimes they relapse. Not all the time, but the ratio to the people who do relapse compared to the people who don't, the ratio is higher for people to relapse after 30 days. Again, after 90. Again, after 6 months. So it goes like this: 1 month, 60 days, 3 months, and then 9 months. Usually the year is the good sweet spot when people are actually in a rehab center for an entire year. That's what I have seen. I've seen people go to prison and, they get out and they're done. They're done with the substances. They're done with that lifestyle. They were in prison for a whole year or more sometimes, and they're done. And they don't want that lifestyle any longer. And most of them don't even have the luxuries to go back to that Diddy does have and almost lost. So there is that trauma mentality where you're like, whoa, all of that almost went away. And I do believe that before Diddy did go away, he was trying to change his life with all the brother love talk. Because remember, in the trial, the word love was mentioned over 800 times in text messages, also from testimonies. The word love was mentioned over 800 times in that one trial. That's pretty fascinating to me. I don't know if it's fascinating to you, but that word love is a very powerful word. And he was also transitioning over to Brother Love. He went from Puffy to Diddy to Brother Love. And not only that, Rodney, one of the people who is civilly suing him, said that he would be working out. Okay, Diddy would be working out like on his treadmill, and he would have TD Jakes, and he'd be watching him. And he would be like, oh yeah, and he'd be like copying him. Maybe he was trying to be a pastor. Maybe he was trying to turn his life over at that moment, and he just didn't have the inner will, the power. Yes, this man has the inner will to do business, and he's a creative person, and he brings out content and works with a lot of people that have great ideas and stuff. But it also doesn't mean that he has willpower. So being imprisoned for an entire year and losing almost everything does something to a person, I would say. What about you? Let me know in the comments below what you think it would do to somebody. I believe that it would shake him up, rattle his brains, get him to a point where he's like, yo, I am not losing this. I am not going to lose anything. I love my lifestyle. I'm appreciative of it. God, thank you for, dropping the RICO. And thank you so much for the lighter charges. And I bet you, even if Diddy did get 3 years, he would be so appreciative of that because he knows what was on the line. So guys, those 4 reasons are why Diddy will be going home, in my opinion, by the end of 2025. If not, maybe by like March or May for sure. Let's look at those again. Time served, good behavior, therapy, rehab. Those are 4. And one of the main things is, of course, no prior convictions, no prior charges. That is a big one, actually. So maybe we can just lump the therapy and also the rehab into one. And we'll say those 4 things. No prior convictions. He's going to rehab and therapy. He has that dead time. The fact that he is a good role model, a good inmate, speaks volumes. Your character, no matter where you are, incarcerated or set free, your character is what is going to mark you. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Sister Cerise. You have been an amazing person being here with me right now. I love you. Please do me a few favors. Lots of favors right now. 1, check me out on my other platforms. I am on TikTok. I'm also on Instagram. But I have a true crime channel called Fairfax Files. And I just did a special on the Central Park 5. Oh my gosh, if you never heard about that one or if you never seen it on Netflix, please watch that video. Check it out, Fairfax Files. And then I also have another channel about living in the Dominican Republic. It's on travel and what I do here and story time and everything like that. And of course, I would love for you to find me there and subscribe. But here's a favor I really want you to do, and it's probably the best favor you can do for yourself. Be good to yourself. Please speak good to yourself. Look in the mirror and remind yourself of how much of a special person you are. Nobody has the same fingerprint as you. Nobody has the same energy, life force, experiences, past, present, future that you have. You are unique. So be good to yourself. And another thing, last favor for today. Make today count, because tomorrow is not promised. All right, let's listen to my theme song. Mwah. I love you, Sister Cerise.
Sister Cerise, entertainment queen. Sister Cerise, your entertainment queen. Real-time updates on the trending scene. Subscribe, like, share, comment below. The soulful journey's just begun to flow. Tune in for real-time updates, baby. Your favorite singers making moves every day. Actors, singers, content creators on the scene. Sister Cerise got the inside scoop, you know what I mean? exclusive interviews. Sister Series brings you all the latest views. Celebrity gossip and behind the scenes, living life through these digital screens. Fashion shows and movie premieres, catching all the drama, the laughs and tears. Social media buzz and viral trends. Sister Series keeps you current, my friends. From TikTok stars to Hollywood's elite, this entertainment coverage can't be beat. So hit that notification bell. Sister Series has stories to tell. In this digital age of fame and glory, we're all part of this incredible story. From the red carpet to the studio floor, subscribe today, what are you waiting for? Breaking news and exclusive interviews, Sister Series brings you all the latest views. Celebrity gossip and behind the scenes, living life through these digital screens. Fashion shows and movie premieres, catching all the drama, the laughs and tears. Social media buzz and viral trends. Sister Series keeps you current, my friends. From TikTok stars to Hollywood's elite, this entertainment coverage can't be beat. So hit that notification bell. Sister Series has stories to tell. In this digital age of fame and glory, we're all part of this incredible story. Sister Series Entertainment Queen. Sister Series, your entertainment queen. Real-time updates on the trending scene. Subscribe, like, share, comment below. The soulful journey's just begun to flow. Tune in for real-time updates, baby. Your favorite singers making moves every day. Actors, singers, content creators on the scene. Sister Series got the inside scoop, you know what I mean? From the red carpet to the studio floor,